is
Okay.
marked there.
Get a new one.
So no newspaper. To focus on the services sector solely. This is a basic question to Penang's future that must be answered by Teng. Because it's our assertion that he based his announcement on the assumption that manufacturing has peaked. So that's why he came out with several proposals. So we want him to answer this key question first, because this would affect the directions of Penang economy. Sadly, our repeated replies to Teng's announcement have not been responded to. As I said, we have failed. Our engagement with him has failed so far because he did not respond. Instead, today's paper, Gerakan Youth, has requested us, maybe in particular Ngwe Ek not to call for press conferences every 2 days to question Teng. Gerakan Youth claims that Teng Chang Yeo's announcement are promises that will only be delivered after BN recaptured Penang. They ask us to be patient to await Teng's further announcement on the details of the plan that will only materialize after public opinion is collected. We wish to clarify that we are only responding to Teng's invitation, as I said just now in my opening remark, to fight policy to policy and ideals to ideals. We are only sincere and serious in engaging Teng in public policy debate which concerns Penang's future. This debate is not for our personal interests or for our various parties' interests, but more importantly for the future and the people's of Penang interests. While he said that he wants to fight us on policy to policy, ideals to ideals, he has not responded to our question over the past two weeks. When Teng was appointed, he quickly announced a first package of his plans, which included restoring Penang's free port status, transform Seberang Perai into an international financial district, set up innovation Dynamos Park, set up agriculture hubs, and replace the manufacturing sector with the services sector. We reiterate, these are only headlines announcements that have no substance. They sound good, but where are the goods? This week, we saw Teng suddenly change course after BN's Penang Team B. This is the concoction of Liu Chintong, of Hilmi Yahaya, Teng Hock Nan, and Teng Tan Ching Liang, undermine Teng's Mega's proposal by coming out with a counter proposal known as the CIQ project, Custom Immigration and Quarantine Project. Teng now no longer speaks of his free port plans and has shifted his attention to talk about the second package, which include press freedom, transport, and housing. And we have actually responded on his press freedom. We have also responded on transport issue. Today we are also responding to some housing issues. However, Teng's proposals are all based on the assumption that the manufacturing sector has peaked and saturated. We wish to know if he agrees with the assertion that Penang has too many manufacturing factories already. We are of the opinion that this underlying assumption affects Penang's future policy direction. If that is the assumption or assertion by the BN's Barisan Nasional, that there are already too many factories, too many manufacturing saturated already, that would means the future direction of Penang will be very much different. So 2 days ago, we also countered this point that many so-called service sector-oriented countries like Singapore are actually very industrialized, and manufacturing still forms a very important component of this economy. The UK, the US are going back to manufacturing because manufacturing creates jobs. We do not view this approach as a wise one, and is something that is half-baked and could lead Penang down to a regrettable path of economic slump. Penang's economic futures needs to be driven by a manufacturing sector that continues to evolve and advance, and which helps spur new growth for the services sector and to move up the value chain. That's more important. We can have a services sector. We can still promote services sector to support our manufacturing sector, but without manufacturing sector, services sector would not survive too. So we cannot be saying that, oh, we have too many factories, we now move on to services sector. Are we going to close down all these factories? In fact, there is also an evolution. If you look at our factories today, they have evolved from labor-intensive manufacturing processes to higher level, which go into automation, now go to R&D and C. Research, development, and commercialization. All these are working within the manufacturing framework. No, we cannot say that we have too many factories and we don't need all these factories. It is from this factory that evolves services sector to support whatever manufacturing process that is needed. So we cannot separate these two sectors. So this is our assertion this morning, that Teng Changyao cannot avoid question about his proposed economic direction. Today in particular, he must answer whether Penang has too many factories, and we do not need any more factories. That would mean also telling the federal government, telling MITI, don't bring any more factories to Penang. Is that what you want? So he needs to be open about this. Are you saying that Teng Changyao is also telling the federal minister, federal government, MITI in particular, in your future investment mission, don't bother to bring factories into Penang because we have more than enough manufacturing factories? Thank you.
Item 2, on YNV. On the STAR report yesterday,